Every nation has a soul, a unique identity that's shaped by its art, its culture, and its history. But how do you actually protect that soul? How do you make sure the stories written in stone, in song, and in tradition don't fade away? Today, we're going to look at India's answer to that very question. I mean, really think about it. You've got these towering ancient monuments, but you also have delicate local crafts. You have incredible natural landscapes, and you have traditions that are passed down from one generation to the next. With a heritage that massive and diverse, how do you make sure it's all still there for the future? That's the real challenge here. Well, a huge part of the answer lies right here with this organization, the Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, or as you'll almost always hear it called, INTACH. They're the focus of our explainer today, kind of like the guardians of India's past. Okay, so let's dive in. What is INTACH really? Let's break down what makes this incredible organization tick. So it was founded back in 1984, and right away you can see its scale. It is India's single largest nonprofit for this kind of work. But honestly, the most important detail here isn't its size. It's the fact that it's volunteer-based. This isn't some top-down government agency. It's a real grassroots movement, powered by everyday people who are just passionate about protecting their own heritage. All right, so we know who they are, but what exactly do they protect? Well, the scope of their mission is frankly huge. It's this really ambitious 5-part vision for what preservation should look like. And their approach is so holistic. It's not just about old buildings. They protect natural heritage, think sacred forests and rivers. They look after cultural and living heritage, which are the traditions and skills that people are still practicing today. And they cover both the tangible, the monuments and artifacts you can actually touch, and the intangible, the music, the folklore, the knowledge that's just as vital to a culture's identity. A 5-part mission? That is a massive undertaking. So the obvious next question is, how do they actually do it? How do they turn these big ideas into real on-the-ground action? They basically tackle it from 2 sides at once. On one hand, you've got direct intervention. This is the hands-on, get-your-hands-dirty kind of work, carefully documenting sites, physically restoring everything from crumbling forts to fading artwork, and actively protecting traditional crafts. But they know that's not enough. So the other side of the coin is community building. This is all about creating a culture of conservation, raising awareness, and, most importantly, getting local communities involved. Because when people feel like their heritage belongs to them, they become its best protectors. And this 2-sided approach has absolutely not gone unnoticed. Over the decades, INTACH's work has had such a profound impact that it's earned them a real place on the world stage. I mean, their journey since being founded in '84 has been pretty remarkable. In just a little over 2 decades, they gained major international recognition. In 2007, getting special consultative status with the United Nations Council, that was a massive deal. It basically means INTACH now has a voice in the big, global conversations about culture and heritage. So if you were to boil it all down, this is what INTACH is all about. They aren't just looking backward at history, they are custodians working right now in the present to make sure that India's incredibly rich heritage has a safe and vibrant future. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? INTACH is this massive, volunteer-driven force for good, but the job is just too big for any one group. As our world keeps changing and modernizing, what's our individual role in all this? How do we make sure that the story of our past continues to be a living, breathing part of our future? It's definitely something to think about.